Welcome back, folks. Jason Bowman, APA, and I am joined by our 2022 Women's U.S. Amateur Champion, Stacie Bourbeau, Orange, Massachusetts. Stacie, got to be a lot of excitement. How are you feeling after locking up your second U.S. Amateur Championship
The second
title?
one feels way better than the first, even, because the field has gotten way tougher than it used to be.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know how many years you've participated in this event. You're kind of a regular here.
It's either 6 or 7. I lost count somewhere. I think I did the count yesterday, and it was 6.
Yeah, so tell me how you were preparing for this year's amateur event.
I come in with nothing to lose, stay loose, try not to think too much about where you are, and fire balls.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about this year's field at the end. I mean, again, you've been here so many times. You last won the event in 2015. You've had a number of high-place finishes. Just where the level of competition in 2022 is compared to 2015.
Far and above. I mean, there's no
Really?
words. And I played all the girls that I was afraid of and got through it. I'm really happy with this one.
Yeah. So in terms of preparation before the event, how are you playing a lot on 9-foot tables? I think somebody had said you were actually playing a lot on 7-foot tables.
I've been playing a lot on diamond bar boxes. There's just not a lot of 9-footers in my area. I have to travel about an hour to get a decent 9-footer to play on, so I don't get to play on them very often.
Okay. So some impressive names in this year's field. Obviously, you're a former champion. You had Jeannie Seaver, Tina Larson, a 3-time champion. You had Lisa Cosette.
Yep.
You had Tina Malm, who is first time in this event, but I'm sure you're
she shot
familiar
phenomenal.
with.
I don't know what happened in her match against me.
Yeah. So do you, before the event, I mean, do you kind of scan the qualifiers and see who's in the field and
I try
kind of
not to,
start penciling out where they're at on the bracket?
I try not to. I didn't. The first one I hit was last night. I played Jeannie last night, and I have run into Jeannie before. I've known who she is for many years.
Yeah.
She's pretty well known. I actually watched her beat Ga Young Kim in Pittsburgh one time.
Wow.
In a race to 9. So, yeah, I know she can play, and she's very, very sweetheart of a girl, too. It was a pleasure to play her.
Yeah, so let's talk about your opponent in the final match, Rachel Lang. You guys squared off 2 rounds earlier, both undefeated. She got the better of you in the early match.
She shot phenomenal in the match.
But you ultimately got redemption in the finals. Tell me how that feels when you're able to have that second chance and kind of finish it off.
Well, I've also played her twice here before, 2 different years.
Okay.
And I won both times, and I told her right in the beginning of that first match, I said, I owe you one, or you owe me one or the other. And I mean, I failed in that match. She didn't.
Yeah, she looks to be a great young player. What do you think her future looks like?
I asked her if she had a coach. She said yes. And
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's something I had when I was a teenager for a couple of years, but I've been on my own for 25 years.
Yeah.
So I'm jealous that she gets to play and gets taught new things.
Yeah, so you won the lag, decided to open the match in the 9-ball set. You gave up the break. What went into the decision to start? Is that just based on your game? Is that something you've seen in her game? Was that based on anything from the prior match?
In the past, until this year, I have always started with 8-ball first. But yesterday and today, I've just been playing much better 9-ball. So I said I'll change it up and went with the same way we started the first match that I lost to her.
Yeah. And you mentioned you made some adjustments to your break in the final match. Tell me a little bit about that.
We started using a template, and it's you don't have to hit it as hard because the balls are all touching. I didn't know it was there the whole day, so I was fine with using that.
Okay. All right. So, again, I mean, you're moving on now. You play in a pro event. You've kind of done this before. How do you – anything different now? Do you prepare any differently as you move on in the future? How does it compare to what you've done in the past?
It's been a long time since I played in a pro event. I want to say it's been 4 or 5 years since I played one, so I'm really looking forward to it. Sometimes you get there and you know what the competition's all about, and you step up. And it's always fun when you're shooting good.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thank
Again,
you.
It's an outstanding victory. You were now the 3rd person to secure 2 U.S. amateur
Really?
titles. You're still chasing Tina.
I told her
Tina
that.
Larson, who's got 3. But next
They
year
said
you'll
one
have a
by one,
chance.
Tina.
You'll have a chance to come back next year and do it again. So congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic
You guys
finale.
are all fantastic. Also, what you do here is great. Thank you.
We appreciate that. And so our traditional sign-off, Stacie, you've done this before. I want you to look straight at your camera and say, I'm Stacie Bourbeau. I am the 2022 Women's U.S. Amateur Champion. Take it away.
Hello, I'm Stacie Bourbeau, and I am the 2022 U.S. Women's Amateur Champion.
Fabulous. All right, folks, we're going to sign off for tonight. We will be back tomorrow with the start of the Men's U.S. Amateur Championship, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. We will see you back here then. Thanks for tuning in.